There is a downside of self-improvement that a lot of people don't talk about, including myself. Let me talk about it in this video. When you go through self-improvement, you have to develop your new self, or you have to grow yourself. You have to unlearn past behaviors or things that you used to like and learn new behaviors, and your outlook on life generally changes. So the problem that comes with that is that some of the things that you found attractive in your life, whether it be going out every weekend, drinking, doing things that are less productive with your life, you stop seeing those as things that you really like to do. And therefore, what tends to happen is that the friends that came in when you were enjoying these things no longer really invite you to, let's say, going out every weekend, drinking with them, because at some point they just stop doing it because you will be declining all the invites. Because instead of going out on a weekend and drinking, you want to be at home learning a new skill. Maybe you're trying to learn coding, you're trying to learn content marketing so that you can grow your career. It could be anything. You are also trying to be fitter, and you are hitting the gym, and you understand that drinking every weekend is just going to be limiting on your progress. So you stop going out a lot, you stop drinking too much alcohol. So you start losing friends in that way. It is not your fault, it is not their fault either, because in many cases you might find that these are friends that you really love, these are people that you really get along with, but the things that you had in common are no longer so common. So that is one of the biggest downsides of self-improvement, is the fact that you may be losing friends, or you may lose friends. And with that realization, something else comes in. You see that you've lost friends, really good friends in many cases. And by lost friends, I mean that you no longer communicate with them a lot, or maybe you stop communicating with them completely, and once in a while, every 3-4 months, you do meet up here and there. Now, when it comes to making new friends, it becomes a challenge for you, because you think to yourself, well, if I've had so and so friends for 5, 10 years and I'm no longer friends with these people, how am I going to stay friends with the new people in my life? Because I've lost friends that I had been friends with for so long. But you have to also understand one thing, that like minds travel together, of birds or the same flock travel together. What do they say? Wow, whatever. But it's realizing that when you have a certain mind state, you will meet people who have that same mind state as well. But what happens is that now you have a bit of fear. What is the fear about? It's the fear of losing friends again. And these are just cycles of life. And you have to understand that these new friends that you make, it quite possibly may happen that you lose them in future as you keep growing yourself. Because you see, if I make an example of animals, there are two caterpillars. These caterpillars are bound to become butterflies. If one of the caterpillars does not become a butterfly, then eventually they will no longer be friends, brother, or whatever, right? So in the context of human beings, if I was someone who wants to start a business, which is what we talk about most in this channel. If I'm someone who wants to start a business and I've got a friend who also wants to start a business, we talk about it, we plan it, and one of us, and only one of us, actually goes through with the plans and they start growing their plans. One of the other friends who has not done so will either get inspired or motivated to start because of the friend who did. And if they don't, there will be resentment there. It's just human nature. Not that they are jealous, but it's just resentment, also based on the fact that maybe it may be their own inadequacy that makes them feel smaller around you, and therefore they will backtrack from the friendship with you, or you yourself will see that this person is limiting me from my growth, and you will backtrack from that person, and therefore a rift will grow between the two of you, and then your friendship goes down. That's, I think, in my own experience, the worst thing about self-development and self-improvement is that you do lose friends. And if you are going through that yourself, you are watching this video right now, understand that it is okay. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. You don't have to blame anyone. You don't have to hate yourself or hate them for this happening. It's just the cycle of life. You have to grow. You have to improve yourself. And as you do, there are some people who unfortunately get left behind. And it is what it is. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.